Thanks to Otterbox for sponsoring a portion of this video. More on that later.
What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer, and today we're doing another real day in the life, this time with the iPhone 12 mini. So we're going to be spending a day with this tiny phone, seeing what it's like to actually just use it, have it in hand. It's supposed to be as good as the iPhone 12, so we'll put that all to the test. But right now you guys are seeing the quality from the front-facing camera, so the video and audio quality all coming from the camera itself. And we've seen it like, what, twice already? This is the third time. It's pretty good. It's mind-blowing stuff. So we know the quality from the front-facing camera looks amazing, especially for video. But today we're just going to kind of see what it's like to just use the phone more so than test out the things about the iPhone 12. We're just going to see if this phone is as capable as its bigger brother, considering it's $100 less and it's so much smaller. So battery life is something we really want to take a look at, and just how it feels to do anything else. So let's start our day.
Now, like any other day, I pretty much started my morning with some social media browsing, checking emails, the pretty standard stuff. But I will say, getting used to the size of this phone has been the biggest change overall. It is so much smaller than the iPhone 12 Pro Max that I'm used to, but overall it does feel really comfortable in the hand, even doing the normal tasks that I typically do. But before we continue, we gotta give a big thanks to Otterbox for sponsoring this portion of the video. So guys, check this out. Otterbox sent over a ton of awesome stuff. Look at this one. Does that not scream Judd? It definitely does. I got to pick it, so of course it does. And with this thing being so small, it feels like it needs some protection. So throwing this thing on it almost feels like a must. And we all know Otterbox is that company that has awesome cases if you want to really protect your phone, but they got so much more. Check this out. Teal cable, you know I had to do it. They've got awesome portable chargers that include USB PD, so you can fast charge right from here, which also includes wireless charging. And they've honestly just got a lot of variety. And this one's nuts. This wireless charging system, we'll probably talk about that in another video. And you guys know the holidays are right around the corner, and Otterbox offers a ton of awesome gift options. So if you guys are interested, you gotta check them out. So if you guys wanna pick something up, be sure to head on over to otterbox.com/UrAvgConsumer so you can grab something for the holidays. Definitely can't wait to pop some of these things onto my phones, and we'll see what can actually make it into the gadget backpack. But again, a huge shout out to Otterbox for sponsoring this portion of the video. Okay guys, so we gotta talk about the body of this phone, am I right? This thing is tiny. But what's awesome is that even though it has such a tiny body, it's still got a pretty large display. This is a 5.4-inch display. Definitely big enough to get stuff done, but in the hand, like, look how much of the phone I am covering. This right here is the phone I am used to using. It is the iPhone 12 Pro Max, but whoo, that's a big old difference, you guys. But I will say, this is so easy to maneuver. Swiping from the top is a joke. Like, it takes no effort, none whatsoever. Going from a 6.7-inch display to a 5.4, you know, to anybody who's used to using a bigger phone, this is gonna be like a downgrade, or, you know, it's a different experience rather. And I gotta say, it takes no time to get used to it. What really just throws you is just how easy it is to just really navigate the phone and do whatever you want. I see this as like the perfect phone for the folks who have smaller hands. And with the smaller price point, I can see this being an awesome phone for mom. If she doesn't really care about all the special features and everything, this is like the one to get. Now, I'm not limiting this to moms or anything. Anybody who wants a smaller phone definitely can use this because it has the same specs and power of the iPhone 12, the bigger one. But what we're gonna be testing out today is, of course, the battery life, because smaller phone, smaller battery, we gotta see how it holds up. But yeah, overall, it's just been really easy. Super small, so throwing it into your pocket, like these are pretty tight jeans, and it's like way in there. Look, let me show you with the Pro Max. That thing is all the way at the top here. It's no joke, it's a huge size difference. So portability, this is a really, really different ball game. But now, one thing I will say, guys, check this out. So we have, I think, the white version of the 12. And while all of the other options have been like fingerprint magnets, whether it's the back or the sides for the Pro, this one it feels like much less of a concern. While you do see some fingerprints, if you put this in the right light, it's not really something you'll notice outside of this Apple logo, which has like a mirrored look to it. So it's actually kind of nice to not really worry about any fingerprints. So if you're looking at the 12 mini or the regular 12, and you wanna go caseless, you psycho, you can actually take a look at this option if you care about fingerprints, because this one hides it really well. And my last point here, guys, about the size and whatnot, I thought the Google Pixel 5 was a small phone, but like, this thing is even smaller than it. Which when I got to using this, I was like, oh, this is a tiny phone. This is even tinier. Now, here's the thing that I like about the iPhone 12 mini. Even though it is so tiny, you would automatically assume that this thing is less powerful, but it is not by any means. It has the same amount of power as the other iPhone 12s in the lineup with the A14 Bionic chip inside of it. Now, what's great here is that you also get the same camera that is on the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Pro, minus that telephoto. So you won't be compromising here in terms of quality. Honestly, the only real impact is the size. Everything else that you're capable of doing on the other iPhones, you're gonna be able to do here, except some of the camera stuff. Which is pretty important to me because I love to game on my phones, and if this thing had any less power and if it didn't keep up with the way I like to game and do things on my phone, I'd have an issue. But thankfully, that wasn't a problem here whatsoever. All right, guys, so right now we're actually headed to Taco Bell. Your boy is hungry. What can I say? But we're actually using the GPS on the iPhone mini. Now just pretend I got like a phone holder. All right, don't judge. But we've got it right there. Now, small phone, you think, okay, it'd probably be hard to use this phone as a GPS because you think small screen, but thankfully the screen isn't small, so it definitely works. So we're gonna get some grub, grab some chalupas. That toasted cheddar chalupa, man, it's on point, I'm not gonna lie. Not a sponsor. But yeah, we're gonna go over there and check that out. And you know, we're testing out the battery life. We'll see how it impacts battery once we get there. Now back to our Fire Force, Carl.
Back to Fire Force.
Yeah.
1374 compressor.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, so we're about to pick up our order, but just a quick battery update now that we finished this trip. It is 3:30. We got 40% left, and in terms of screen on time, we are looking at 2 hours and 35 minutes of screen on time. You know, iPhone mini, so it's a smaller battery. So we'll see what it finishes off the day at, but only 2 hours, 40% left. Not the greatest battery life that I've seen so far. Now, we still gotta go to CVS. So we'll do that next. We'll maybe eat in a parking lot somewhere and then go to CVS. Oh snap, I need to pull up my GPS before we start actually going anywhere. All right, we out. So Carl is actually gonna go grab something from CVS. I'm going to break my own personal rule of no eating in this car.
Oh, there's a...
Oh, there's a rule, Jay.
Okay.
You don't see these white seats? Gosh, I can't risk it, man. But I will risk it. Today's the day. Today's the day I...
2020, so...
2020 bad things are happening, Jay. So that's not a good sign for my car, man. I'll show you guys what I got here. That chalupa is no joke. I'm just gonna take a picture of it too. All right, guys, if there's ever a recommendation that you take from me, it's try this toasted cheddar chalupa. It's so good. Let's take a picture. Oh, we got a nice little, we got some sun in the back. Ooh, this is about to look fire. The ultimate chalupa picture right here. Look at that, Jay. Tell me that's not clean. Taco Bell, cut me a check, man. Making your stuff look good. All right, let's hit them with one more. We get a little sun, like a little lens flare in there. Ooh, a wide angle shot. Jay, we getting crazy in here. Bam, this is our situation right here. Taco Bell, in the car, waiting on Carl. Jay, you want a taco or something, man?
I don't eat Taco Bell.
Oh, do you like Doritos? Damn. Oh, Jay, what are you telling me right now? Jay, I thought I knew you, man. CJ, this is why I don't eat in this car. You see how it's dripping? If this box weren't here, man, it'd either drip on me or my seats. Thank God this is here. I'm gonna finish this and I'm done eating in here for today. We'll finish the rest at home or something. What's up, Carl? Get in here, what are you doing? All right, guys, so Carl has been begging me for I don't know how long to Don't even
No,
try
I
it.
was not. What are you doing?
Dude, I need a new flick. I need a flick.
I have a 12 Pro Max now. I can take
So
my
you
own
can
flick.
take your own
I
flick?
can take my own flick.
How?
I don't know yet.
You can just take selfies. Anyway, he's trying to act brand new for the camera, but he's been begging me to take a good picture for him so he can post it up on like IG or Snapchat. I don't know what these kids do. But come on, let's get a good flick of you right here. We've shot at this spot before, and then we'll throw a little portrait mode in there. Turn a little. Bam. All right. Let's see what we got so far. Oh, these are solid, Carl.
Man.
Look at that, yo! You look clean, son. The jacket looks clean, and this is a portrait mode shot, and we have a normal one, and that looks pretty exposed in the back.
As you guys can see, guys, I'm dropping an album.
Anyway, we do see it retain a little bit of the blue that's up there, and we got some orange at the bottom, but there's a big chunk of white. For the most part, you're good. You can get off my back now.
Send them.
And stop acting. You see, send them. Acting like he didn't want the picture.
Nice, so I want them, but I was asking, guys.
You're lying, Carl. Put that on your life.
Come on, what would you do?
But after driving around for a bit, thankfully we got back home to a spot where I could properly eat my food and watch some content. And we've already talked about this, but even though this phone is super tiny, it still has a pretty decently sized display. So watching content here while eating, if you're on a lunch break or something, definitely gonna be doable. And the speakers are actually quite surprising considering its size.
I mean, I hear it just fine. Just watching like my YouTube videos, I have no problem hearing this. Now, is it as loud as something like the Max? Probably not, but is it bad? No. So for me, it definitely sounds good enough. I wouldn't be mad with these speakers whatsoever. And because it's iPhone, even if you block one of the sides, what am I doing here? No, that's so rude. But yeah, even if you block one of the speaker sides, you still hear it very well over here. Happy with the speakers, even on the Mini.
And this is the part of the video where I tell you guys, my greatest nightmare came true. We lost some footage, so you don't actually have the ending of this real day in the life. We're not sure what happened to that clip, but I can pretty much summarize it for you. When using this phone all day, not doing anything super demanding, we ended up with 4 hours and 22 minutes of screen on time. And with what I put this phone through throughout the day, I can tell you guys that it's not really great. These are smaller phones, so they have smaller battery capacities. So that is something you're gonna wanna keep in mind when you're purchasing this. If you're trying to choose between the iPhone 12 mini and something like the 12, you're gonna wanna make sure that you're okay with this kind of battery life because it will die on you pretty quickly. So I can't say I'm too surprised with these results, but if you're trying to purchase this phone, you will get a phone that is of equal caliber to the iPhone 12, but you have to keep in mind that you're trading that form factor for less battery life. It will be more comfortable in the hand, but are you comfortable with charging it a little bit earlier during the day or maybe needing multiple charges throughout the day? That's for you to decide, but there is a trade-off here. Overall, it is a great phone. I'm really happy with it and it is extremely comfortable. Battery life, not ideal, but every other aspect of it I think has been pretty phenomenal. But that about wraps it up for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you haven't checked out all of my other iPhone 12 content, if you're curious about the others, I'll have those linked down below in the description. If you enjoyed the video, be the cool guy or girl that gives us a thumbs up. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace.